Hi, I'm Heather with Hypnotherapy with Heather Michelle. And we're here again today with Brady to do an ego state session following the Mindscape session. So let's check in and see what kind of results he's been experiencing since our last session together. Brady, tell me, how's it been going since our last session? What have you noticed?
It's been going well. Um, I have felt good about things. I can't say I've noticed real dramatic changes, but I think there have been subtle shifts. Um, I was able to feel a little bit more comfortable telling people. I've told a couple people that I've been studying hypnosis and plan to make a career out of it. So that was an improvement from before. And I've been thinking a lot about the mindscaping session and I guess just kind of replaying it in my mind and kind of wondering what has changed and not entirely sure. But yeah, I've been thinking about it from time to time.
It's crossed your
So
mind.
yeah.
So tell me, what was it like before when you thought of telling people that you were becoming a hypnotist? Tell me about what that was like.
It just seemed like too weird for them to accept. Like they wouldn't know what to know what to think about it.
So
And
that
so I
was
just
your thought, or that's how they responded?
I didn't really attempt to tell anyone before.
Okay, because it would feel like it was too weird for them to accept. So you just didn't say anything.
Right, right.
And did I catch that right? You've kind of experimented with the idea and told a few people.
Yeah,
Okay, so maybe two, three people.
yeah.
And what were you feeling or thinking as you prepared to say something?
Um,
This is what we call testing the programming.
okay. Let me think. I guess I felt still a little nervous, I guess, but more hopeful, I think, and yeah, more hopeful, I guess, that they would find it interesting and
More hopeful
yeah,
and still a little nervous.
a little bit.
Yeah, and that's fine. And the nervousness before kept you from saying anything.
Yeah,
And the nervousness, would you say, have shrunk or diminished to where you could actually say something?
yeah,
So
yeah,
that
I'd
might
say
have
so.
felt a little different. And curious, just curious, what was their response?
Well, I offered to help them with something that I thought I could help with, and they said they liked the idea and that we would set something up in the future.
Wow. And how did that feel?
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's different.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what I can say from experience myself and from clients that I've worked with, the changes that happen between sessions are so subtle and natural that they're like, I don't know that I've experienced a change, but when we talk about it, they're like, oh yeah, that didn't happen before. I know it happened, but it just felt so normal and natural. Would you say?
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah.
And that's kind of how we want it to feel, normal and natural, like it's an everyday occurrence.
Yeah.
Yeah. So perhaps watch for more subtle shifts just like that, to where it feels normal and the resistance just kind of minimizes, shrinks, or even disappears completely.
Okay.
And it's not uncommon to feel a little nervous talking to someone about something new for the first time. That's pretty normal.
Mm,
But that you can do it instead of hold back, that sounds like it was different.
yeah, I think it was. Mm,
Okay. Anything else? Any thoughts? You said now you've thought about the mindscape a couple of times since we had it.
yeah.
Say more about that.
Um, yeah, I just kind of replayed it in my mind and um, wondered, what the different metaphors meant to my unconscious mind. And I guess I didn't really 100% figure it out, but yeah, I can't think right now. Um,
That's okay. You don't have to give me an example of something you figured out. Is that what you're trying to think of? An example of something that's come to mind? Yeah. Don't worry
yeah,
about that because those are for you. When your
okay,
unconscious mind lets you in on the secret of what something means, it is trusting you with something very valuable. And so slowly and slowly, understanding and clarity come. And sometimes not always, because it doesn't mean if you don't get the clarity that you think you want, it doesn't always mean your unconscious mind doesn't trust you. What it can mean is that you don't need to know and you can
okay.
just move forward. But I wouldn't be surprised if months from now, or even a couple of years, all of something you'll be reading along in a book or watching a movie or a client, one of your many, will say something to you and you'll be like, oh, a connection will come. You're like, oh my gosh, that was in my mindscape. And you'll see it and it will become now, it will be in your future, but it will be your present then. And you'll be like, wow, that's come full circle. I get it now. And if your unconscious mind tried to share with you the meaning, maybe you don't have the experience yet to understand, right? The experience is coming. And so I have learned this from my own life that if I were told the meaning of it back when it happened, I would be like, huh? In fact, I've had this experience, and maybe you have too. I'll be reading along in a book that's fascinating me. And then all of a sudden, I'll read a sentence two, three times, and my mind has drifted, and I'll be like, wait a second, I was just like in the meat of this. And all of a sudden, my mind is wandering. And I'll be like, I've learned, oh, this is the time to stop. And I'll mark it and I'll close the book and set it back on the shelf. And sometimes I read books straight through, but usually I read little bits and pieces because a lot of the books that I'm reading aren't stories, right? They're information about my field of hypnosis and things like that. And then what happens? I go live my life. In a couple weeks, maybe a couple months will happen. And then the next time my eye is caught on that book on the shelf and I pull it down and I open it up and I start reading that paragraph that I left off on, I'll realize I just had an experience like that day or the day before. And I'll go,
Hmm.
whoa, it'll be so similar to what the book is talking about. And had
Wow.
I read past that, it wouldn't have caught my mind and had the meaning without the experience I just had.
Hmm.
That has happened so many times.
That's interesting.
Is that something
So,
you can relate to? Have you ever had that happen to you?
well, the first part, yeah.
Where your mind wanders when you're reading,
Yeah.
right? Like
Um,
everybody.
um, I'm not sure I've had that kind of synchronicity with a book before, but that's interesting.
It has been phenomenal and it's happened so many times. And now when my mind starts to wander, instead of going, why can't I go, oh, that means I'm done. I've gotten what I needed for today. And I put it up and I switch books or move on to the next task. And I tell you, Brady, my life unfolds in a beautiful way. And now you can imagine that that just adds trust. I now trust what's coming through. It's not like I shouldn't say it this way. It's not like I don't channel. I I don't channel other people. I feel like I channel my own inner wisdom. Like it comes through in this clarity of what I do next. And I even say out loud, oh, thank you. Like I'm talking to somebody. Anyhow, as you strengthen your inner wisdom through hypnosis, you'll do it not only as you practice with other hypnotists, right? But as you work with clients, your inner wisdom will strengthen and strengthen, and you'll start having experiences like that of your own. And when you have that confidence in yourself, then you can say to your client, I know this works. I know you're going to have the changes. Let's get to work.
Sounds good.
So let's get to work.
All right.
Are you feeling any conflicts, anything specific you'd like to work on in the idea of what we've already started, setting up this confidence to tell people and practice hypnosis?
Any conflicts?
Yeah,
Um,
like part of you really wants to do it and part of you doesn't want to do it, and why?
yes, just give me a second here.
Okay,
Sorry, I'm kind of a slow thinker sometimes.
just take your time. No rush.
Just having trouble because I know I've recognized conflicts pertaining to this, and I'm just having trouble recalling them.
Okay, well, let's just close your eyes
Okay.
and imagine yourself actually setting something up with one of the people you talk to. And you put a date on the calendar and it's approaching and you're getting ready for their session. That feeling right there, that session is like, it's almost time. What is that feeling right there?
I guess even though I'm pretty inexperienced with providing hypnosis for people, actually, it's more of um, the idea of running a business, I think, and yeah, maybe it's more, I'm sorry, my chair is squeaking. I'd be more worried about running a business than doing the hypnosis.
The business end.
Yeah. But also still, I guess promoting myself as a hypnotist. And so the conflict, I guess, would be I guess one of them is just put myself out there, like self promotion and um, sort of the title of hypnotist and um,
You're doing really well.
okay, thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, that's all I've
Okay,
got
so
right now.
what I'm hearing, no, that's good. What I'm hearing is it is the idea of promoting yourself in
Yep.
this title of hypnotist that feels a little bit daunting, like, I don't know if I can do that. I know that
Yeah.
it's needful, but like, so
Yeah.
not actually when you have someone in the chair across from you or across, on the across the screen and running the sessions. It's the promoting yourself and people seeing you. Is it being seen?
In a like a metaphorical way, I think, or maybe like a public way.
Public way.
Yeah.
And what public way is that public way?
Any sort of public way, I guess. Um, I guess any sort of way where I'd be seen and I'm not necessarily present to manage the how I'm seen. It's more like I put it out there and then it's just out there.
Okay. It's just out there.
Yeah.
You're not present to manage how you're seen.
Yeah.
Huh. What else is important to notice about putting it out there and not being able to manage how you're seen?
Just my chair. Um,
Yes, of course. Keep making yourself comfortable. That's the most important piece of this.
I didn't notice it squeaking last time, but
I'm not hearing it, just so you
okay,
know.
great.
Yeah,
Good.
don't worry.
Okay. What else is important to notice? Uh,
About not being able to manage how you're seen.
guess I'm just nervous about how it will be perceived
Mm.
and people that see me and um, I guess I wouldn't know who has who's aware that I'm doing that and um, how they might react.
And what reactions are you concerned about?
Um, I'm not sure.
Mm. When was another time that you had to worry about people's reactions and manage how you were seen?
Not sure about a specific time. I guess just any time. Um, not sure. But
When you think about managing other people's reactions, whereabouts do you feel that in your body?
I guess my first thought was like mm, my shoulders, I guess. I
Your shoulders, right about here, around the breastbone
think so.
or the collarbone, rather. Mm-hmm. And that feeling, whereabouts here, what does that feel like?
Tight, I guess.
Say again.
A tightness.
A tightness. Yeah. And when you breathe into that tightness, Does anything change? Do you notice anything else? Does it get freer or more constricting?
Freer, I guess.
Freer when you breathe in. Yeah, that's right. Gets a little freer.
Yeah.
And that sense of having to manage how other people see you, is that familiar to you?
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah, even if you can't think of an example, that's a known feeling.
Yeah.
That part of you that's had to manage how other people see you. What does it do for you? What's its role?
Um, I guess the word that came to mind was peacemaker.
Hmm, peacemaker. Yeah. And go ahead and just close your eyes, Brady, and allow that part of you that fills the role of peacemaker to just kind of be present. And if we were to talk to that part of you that's peacemaker and say, hello, peacemaker. Thank you for what you're doing for Brady. Sounds like you manage a little bit how other people see Brady. What's that job like for you? Do you like that job?
Sure. No,
No.
I think so.
Is it hard? Is it easy? What do you think about that?
Hard, I guess.
Or hard, you guess? What kind of hard is that hard?
Sure, I'm sorry.
It's okay. You don't need to be sorry. I'm just glad you're here, Peacemaker, helping manage how people see Brady. What does that do for Brady, Peacemaker?
Peace, I guess.
Is it important to keep the peace?
Yeah.
If you didn't keep the peace, what would happen?
Be peaceful.
It wouldn't be peaceful. So when you're keeping the peace, how does Brady feel?
At ease.
At ease. Sounds like that's important to Brady to feel at ease.
You could say that.
Yeah, that's a pretty important job. Thank you for doing that. Really well done. And if you don't keep the peace, how does Brady feel then?
Stressed.
Stressed. That's right. And how does stressed feel?
Not so good.
And
So
whereabouts is not so good?
thinking the shoulders again.
Oh, in the same place as around the collarbone or a different place in the shoulders?
Maybe at the top.
The top. And what does stress give Brady?
Headache.
A headache. And what does a headache give Brady?
Rest.
Rest. And what does rest give Brady?
Relaxation.
Relaxation. And what does relaxation give Brady?
Time off.
Time off. And what does time off do for Brady?
Recuperate.
Recuperate. So, time off. Time off from what?
Managing expectations, I guess.
Managing expectations. And how old was Brady the first time he had to manage expectations?